Good evening and welcome to the Rockefeller Oval here in Yonkers, New York, for this evening's game between the Philadelphia Brown Trousers and the New York Haberdashers. At this time, let's introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia Brown Trousers. Batting first, the right fielder, number 11, Hogue Wilson. Batting second, the second baseman, number 12, Pickles Dillhoffel. Batting third, the third baseman, number 17, Chunk Dimwitty. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 2, Murky Goodbar. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 48, Greep Barlow. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 6, Willie Pregnett. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 4, Mickey Lice. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 20, Dizzy Praline. And batting ninth, the pitcher, number 31, Jeffety Rimps. And let's give a good cheer. It's hats off to the Dashers! Here they are, the starting lineup as they take the field for this evening's game. The center fielder, number 11, Versi Moore. The first baseman, number 28, Moss Wirtz. The left fielder, number 7, Hubie Goozle. The right fielder, number 40, Whiny Jagoff. The second baseman, number 23, Trevor Knockmore. The catcher, number 19, Dip Powell. The third baseman, number 46, Boom Jenner. The shortstop, number 16, Stokely Hathaway. And taking the mound, the starting pitcher, number 32, Beef Nuggets.
A good evening to you all. My name is Scooch Closer. You're listening to Radio WJZ, New York's only home for endless wet jazz, and it's New York's only home for the New York Haberdashers. Well, the Dashers are trying to put a win onto a series against the Philadelphia Brown Trousers after opening up the series with a 14-4 loss. They came back to defeat the Brown Trousers with Herzl Good on the mound against Moose Marsic by a score of 3-2. And with Beef Nuggets on the mound, not the officially ace of the team, but quite an impressive pitcher. Beef Nuggets, 5-5 in the area of 338. Former Philadelphia Brown Trouser in the Murky Goodbar trade. I must say that trade probably benefited both sides. And you get Pickles Dillhoffel to round out 2 in a row for the Dashers so far. 2 outs so far in this one. Beef Nuggets was 8-1 last season for the Brown Trousers in the area of 341, about the same, 338. 59 strikeouts in 16 games. Make that 60. Getting Chunk Dimwitty to strike out to retire the side. Well, a 1-2-3 inning is a good way to start things off for the Dashers as Versi Moore takes the mound, taking on Jeffety Rimps.
Off the plate.
The 8-3 starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Brown Trousers was 5-4 last season. His ERA last season was 4.22. He's 4.11 at this point. He's thrown 41 strikeouts, so not a big strikeout pitcher. I say that as he gets Versi Moore to strike out looking for out number 1. Brings to the plate Moss Wirtz, former Charleston Crow. And he's going to get to first on potentially a single as Rimps dives onto it, but not enough to make the throw to Murky Goodbar for out number 1. The runner Moss Wirtz gets hit number 91 for him. And it's a fancy Dan to end the inning. Hubie Goozle hitting right into it, ending the first inning. Fancy Dan double play brought to you by Fancy Dan. For local products, put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. Top of the second, the Nuggets back on the mound facing Murky Goodbar, and this is the trade at the plate. This is the trade matchup at the moment. Murky Goodbar came from New York to Philadelphia for Beef Nuggets in a trade off-season. And he will get Goodbar swinging. That's strikeout number 2 today for Beef Nuggets. Strikeout number 61 on the season for Nuggets. Brings us to Greep Barlow. The Goodbar, of course, is batting 361. Barlow at 295. He's dropped a bit from last season where he batted .321. He had 8 home runs, 23 RBIs, and he is going to strike out looking. That's 3 strikeouts in a row for Beef Nuggets. Goodness me, other sports would call that a hat trick.
Nope, that's high.
I do believe I've seen over at some of the polo grounds, I've seen some of the Irish there playing a bit of a game with a ball that looked like baseball, but it was a bit of a flatter bat. They called it crickets, and I did hear them talking about some sort of hat trick. Now, I do know my ice hockey from some of our good friends of the north of Canada, but I'm not familiar with that term in that either. But Nuggets does, in fact, get the third out to pop up the Quiney Jagoff. Broken bat for Jagoff as he leads off, and it goes right to the pitcher. Rims throws to Goodbar for out number 1. Trevor Knockenhoff facing a 1-1 count after hitting that one foul. Goodness me, these bats in the second half of the season are not standing up to the swings of these mighty batsmen. And Rims will get Knockmore to strike out looking. For out number 2. Look at who is supplying us with these bats. Another broken bat. Goodness me. What's going to go right to Dimwitty? He picks it up and throws to Goodbar for out. Number 3, Dip Pearls. Hitting that one. And it is scoreless after 2 innings. Mickey Lice takes the plate. He is the shortstop of Philadelphia, batting .230 this season.
Nope, right. Steve Wright. Nope, outside.
Facing Nuggets again, pitching was
Nope,
New York's
inside.
focus. They got 3 pitchers. They sent 3 of their pitchers down to the nursery league and for assignment, and picked up 3 pitchers. 1 starting pitcher back to the team is left-hander Spruce Mouthman, who was unfortunately the starting pitcher in that 14-4 loss. Did not give up many of those runs. However, some of the relief pitchers, Cosmo Sandwalker and Franco Yellington, were among those that did that did come in for relief for the Dashers.
Steve Wright. Ready to go.
Will be another strikeout getting Jeopardy Rims, the pitcher. And another 1, 2, 3 inning.
Nope, that's inside. Off the plate.
As Beef Nuggets only given up 1 hit, but keeping the score at 0 so far. Jeopardy Rims facing Boob Jenna at the moment. And he will strike out. Goodness me. Strikeout number 3 today for Jeopardy Rims. Well, this is why he is quite the difficult bat to get his hit off of. When he gets roughly half the way to hit it right to Mickey Lice, throw to Goodbar is in time. And that will be another inning. That is 1, 2, 3 for both sides. We're a third of the way through the game, and there is no score, and each team has gone through the lineup. So top of the 4th, we see Hogue Wilson. And that's going to be an extra base hit. That is a line drive getting over the glove of Moss Wirtz. Retrieving it is Quiney Jagoff, and Hogue Wilson with the first hit of the game is a double number 16 for Wilson. And after not
inside.
relinquishing a hit for the first time around the lineup for Philadelphia. Beef Nuggets
Be right.
has a runner at second with no outs, and Pickles still
Oh,
hobbled.
it's right. There's it.
And on that pitch, that will be a stolen base for Wilson,
That's high.
his 5th of the season. Dillhoffel is batting 398 in 392, and he will walk. Dillhoffel, a dangerous batsman as well, former Charleston pro. And here is Chunk Dimwitty, who played for the Memphis Mud Pigs, batting 321 currently, and was for the Mud Pigs as well. He had 5 home runs in his 16 games, 10 RBIs. He's got 11 home runs in 47 games, and he's going to strike out looking for the first out of this game. Runners around the corner. Murphy Goodbar has 54 RBIs. He struck out in his first at-bat.
Ball inside.
Beef Nuggets has 5 strikeouts today. It's an impressive statistic so far. 4 of those from the first 9 batsmen. First time through the lineup, and Dip Hurls is going to be chasing that one down. Is it going to be staying in play? No, it is going to hit the netting for a foul ball. So the count is full with 1, and that will float the bases. Murky Goodbar walking. Does load the bases for Greep Barlow. And Greep Barlow.
Be right.
Well, that is potentially going to be a wild pitch. They're going to get in. We'll get to the first run home on that wild pitch. We'll have to see if that is scored as a passed ball or not. But Barlow still at the plate with 1 out. That moves the runners to second and third, scoring the first run. And Pope Wilson scores from third. It is a 1-0 game. The runners are held as Greep Barlow hits it right to Mossworth, throws to Nuggets for out number 2, and Willie Pregnant. Willie Pregnant with 2 outs hits it on the second pitch right to Sophie Hathaway. Throw is in time to retire the side. So only 1 run is scored. 2 runners are stranded. But the Brown Trousers get on the board for the first time in this game. Clear to the bottom of the 4th. A lengthy inning for Beef Nuggets. But Percy Moore takes the plate. Second time to the lineup for the Haberdashers, and perhaps they will have the same success that the Brown Trousers did when they were going through the second time. Not so far as Jeffy Rims gets Percy Moore to strike out swinging for the second time today. That is strikeout number 4 for Rims. Mossworth had a single, the only hit today so far for the Dashers.
That's high.
Takes 2 balls so far.
Off the plate.
I knew this was going to be quite an interesting matchup as both second slots in the rotation for these teams. As Mossworth walks at the first walk today for Jeffy Rims. Both Rims and Nuggets second in the rotation for the teams, behind Hurtzel Good for the Dashers and Moose Massage for the Brown Trousers. They are just as good as their associates who are the aces in the rotation. And I'm kind of surprised in the last shake-up of the teams they haven't moved them around in the spots.
Ball inside.
But, it's an embarrassment of riches, as it were.
Take your base.
And that's going to be 2 walks back-to-back. QB Goozle now on first after hitting to the double play last time. This is Quiney Jagoff, the cleaning up a batsman, as it was called. He's going to hit it long and far, right to the glove of Willie Pregnant. It will not be enough for Wirtz to tag up and try to take third. So with 2 outs, Trevor Knockmore has runners on first and second. I was going to say Jagoff has a very good record with runners in scoring position. Knockmore not so much. That might have been the tough outs to get. I don't want to jinx it in any sort of way. But Knockmore is 0 for 1 today. Got 24 RBIs, batting 311, but with runners in scoring position, only 246. 1-2 the count. That one is down the middle. Not many swings from him. He's going to hit that one foul. I think that was his first swing at the ball so far. And he's going to pop that one high up in the air. Is it going to be there for good Praline, the catcher today? Not going to be able to retrieve that one. And that's going to be popped up to Willie Pregnant for out number 3. So, running the 2 runners. 1 hit apiece through 4 innings. It's a 1-0 game. And Mickey Lice starts the 5th inning at the moment. You're listening to Radio WJZ, New York's only home for endless wet jazz. I am Scooch Closer. This is the home of the New York Haberdashers, who are 33 and 32 for this game number 64 of the Continental League season, facing the 34 and 31 Philadelphia Brown Trousers. All to play for still with, after today, 18 games to go in the Continental League season for 1920. Before we crown a champion, the Milwaukee Dutchmen, the defending champions. They are a bit out of pace of the, with 7.5 games away out of first place at the moment, and that's going to be a strikeout. Dizzy Praline striking out, giving Beef Nuggets strikeout number 6 today.
Nope, that's inside.
Nuggets is pitching absolutely amazing baseball so far. 70 pitches, 71 is that one. He's pitching his way into and through 5 innings.
Nope, outside.
Not saving his pitches, but we've seen him go fairly deep into games. Hits it right to Knockmore, and the throw gets Rimps in time for a 1-2-3 inning. Well, apart from that 1-run fourth, every other inning has been a 1-2-3 for Beef Nuggets. And we head to the bottom of the 5th with Dip Hurls at the plate for the Dashers. He's going to strike out swinging. And that's strikeout number 5 for Jeopardy Rimps. Well, pitching is something you enjoy watching, and this game is something you're going to enjoy watching or enjoy hearing my voice. It will not come down to the Rockefeller Oval here in Yonkers, New York. Should absolutely come down. It's a beautiful ballpark in Yonkers. It's gorgeous. You should come and see it. It is a beautiful ballpark, and it is a great team, the New York Haberdashers, to watch. As Boob Jenna is going to go for 2 today, hitting that one to Pickles. Dill Hoffel throw in time. Weather is beautiful here in August.
Off the plate.
It's a beautiful day here in New York, and it is a beautiful day and evening for baseball. Especially when it's in the evening, it starts to get cool again. That summer heat starts beating down on you. You don't have to worry about getting a big pop and getting in line for something to refresh yourself, or perhaps a lemonade or other sort of non-alcoholic ale-based beverage. I understand that the alcoholic-based beverages might be making a return to sporting events. But of course, we never know with prohibition these days. Never can tell, but an ale-based non-alcoholic beverage can always be enjoyed here at the ballpark. Berkeley Hathaway is going to hit that one up to Willie Pregnant for the catch for out number 3. And that's going to do it for 5 innings through. So Hogue Wilson, top of the order for the Brown Trousers, facing Beef Nuggets. Both pitchers today, it's been a story of the pitchers, Rimps and Nuggets. Goodness me, well, Nuggets no longer a Philadelphia Brown Trouser, and Rimps just kind of finds his way into that second slot in the batting or in the rotation. And he gets, goodness me, Hogue Wilson swinging does Nuggets. Strikeout number 7. And he is already flirting with the record held by Tim Wakefield. I believe 9 is the single game strikeout record. We could be watching history here, ladies and gentlemen. Or you could be listening to history, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope, inside. Nope, ball 4.
That is ball 4, and Pickles Dillhofer will walk for the second time today. Bring up Chunk Dimwitty. Dimwitty is batting .321. He's 0 for 2 today, struck out both at bats. 1 and 2 the count. 2 and 2 with 1 out so far, runner on first.
Nope, that's inside.
He's a little bit inside for ball 3, full count for Dimwitty.
Nope,
And he will walk, so that will be walk number 4 today for Beef Nuggets. It puts runners on first and second with only 1 out and Murky Goodbar. Well, with a walk and a strikeout, it's been about an even, and it's going to be an infield fly rule called. So the battle between Goodbar and Rinch today, and Nuggets today, is going to be 2-1 in favor of Nuggets. If you have to keep score, I suppose, if it is something you keep score of. but 2 outs, keeping the runners on first and second.
That's high.
The infield fly rule keeps everyone on. Avoids the fancy Dan double play, of course.
Nope, that's high. That's down. Steve Wright.
Now seeing a 3-1 count, and that will load the bases. Grebe Barlow, who's over 2 today, will now walk, and that is going to put... Well, that will do it for Beef Nuggets. Coming to the mound is former Nashville Fire pitcher Franco Yellington at an ERA of 4.61. Has shown up in 1 game so far today, his second appearance. He is number 69 for the Haberdashers, and he is a nice addition to the rotation in the bullpen, I believe. And he gets out of the inning by getting Willie Pregnant to pop up into foul territory. And you can see the tired arm of Beef Nuggets. He put in a yeoman's effort, only allowing the 1 run. He put in the effort of a yeoman, as yeomans are known to do, coming home with sore arms, as the yeoman is known to do. Well, Moore is going to go 3 over 3 today with the first out. This is Moss Wirtz. He's going to get on with, looks like it's going to be an extra base hit that's going to go all the way to the wall to Willie Pregnant. No, he will stay at first. Good fielding by Pregnant in left field. Expecting Wirtz to hit it a bit far if it was going to pass Chunk Dimwitty, which it did. So well fielded by the brown trousers. We're looking to get back into championship contention. Again, after today, 18 games to go. Plenty of opportunities. Every team faces one another once more for a 3-game series. Of course, the brown trousers and Haberdashers. This is their final 3 games, their final game of the season between one another. I believe the 2 sides in I'm trying to figure out how they performed in this season.
Right.
Bobbled a bit by Grebe Barlow. It will in fact score the first run of the game for the New York Haberdashers. An RBI single. Well, we'll find out if that's actually recorded as an error. But Twining Jagoff has brought home Moss Wirtz. And that will be the final out of the inning. Well, Nathmore hits into it, and that will be it. But we are tied at 1 here in the top of the 7th. With Franco Yellington back on the mound. The former Nashville Fire pitcher, relief pitcher. Had a whip of 1.10. Opposing batsmen only hit 278 off of him. An ERA of 4.61, which, again, to replace Thermos Hearn and Wash Muscles is a very good thing to see. He had how many strikeouts did he have? 8 strikeouts in his 6 games that he appeared in. He gets his first strikeout, his 4th strikeout, excuse me, by getting Mickey Light. And here's Dizzy Praline popping it up into the air on an 0-1 count. Praline, a former Norfolk tour hopper, has certainly probably seen Franco Yellington a bit. And he's going to be popping up for out number 2. Rimps' day will be over. Here comes Ding Low, backup catcher.
Off the plate.
And so 6 innings strong for Jefferty Rimps as Ding Low coming in. That's a 3-0 count, and Ding Low has been batting .344 with 4 home runs, 23 runs batted in. That's the third out. Bringing Tiddly Benetti to the mound for the Brown Trousers here as we have a good stretch. At the end of the 7th inning stretch, we go to the bottom of the 7th. The Pearls is going to come out for Gauze Blacksmith. First pitch right to Tiddly Benetti, and that is out number 1. Well, Boob Jenna facing Tiddly Benetti. Benetti, a 1-2 record, 8.23 is his ERA, not the best of performances this year. 11 strikeouts.
You're up.
And in will come Stump Phillips as a pinch hitter for Stokely Hathaway. Stump Phillips was on the bench today, batting .369, 20 home runs, 59 runs batted in. So again, when the score is tied at 1 and hits are tough to come by, and you've gotten out of the starting pitcher who's been quite the difficult pitcher, this is the time to put in Stump Phillips, I suppose. Gotta see how they move around the players. But no such luck, as Phillips will also round out, put out number 3. So we head to the top of the 8th, tied at 1. Back to the top of the order, Hogue Wilson. And it looks like they were moving Stump Phillips to left field. Hubie Goozle will be playing shortstop, which is not typical position to expect him to play. With Doug Lumps, of course, playing behind the plate, the backup catcher these days. Wilson pops it up to Stump Phillips, and Pickles Dillhoffel is going to hit it to industry, and that is the tiebreaker. Dillhoffel, home run number 10, hits it to industry. It's a 2-1 game. The Brown Trousers taking the lead with 1 out here in the top of the 8th, and Franco Yellington giving up that home run. That is his first home run he's given up this season in the Continental League. He only gave up 2 in the 6 games he played in the Nursery League. But it is 2-1, and he walks Chunk Dimwitty for the second time today. He will walk. So 1 out. Murky Goodbar to the plate, not having the best of days. 4 for 2 with a walk. Hits it high up into the air. That looks like it could just curve foul at will out of play for foul. 0-2 the count. 1 out. Right to Boob Jenna, diving throw in time for out number 2. Well, as I try to figure out who is coming in for whom at this point, that is Grip Barlow popping it up into the air, and into the glove of Hubie Goozle for out number 3. So the Dashers give up the home run to Pickles Dillhoffel, home run number 10 for him. It was hit to industry, brought to you by Industry Brand. Colognes, perfumes, and fragrances. If it smells good, it must be industry. If it's industry, it must smell good. Ben Wildly will be coming in as a fielding replacement at third base for Chunk Dimwitty. And foul ball Duncans, well, we'll foul it out. Who will turn into his name?
Steve Wright.
Coming in for Yellington, so here is Versi Moore, who will go 0 for 4 today by grounding it right to the pitcher, Benetti, and back to Goodbar at first. So 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Not many chances left for the Haberdashers. However, Moss Worth has been one of the few bright spots today in offense. He's got 2 hits and a walk.
Nope. Take the
And he will get 2 hits and 2 walks as he will walk the first. He has been on base at every at-bat today. He's been on base 4 times, 2 hits, 2 walks. And the tying run is now on first base for the New York Haberdashers with Hubie Goozle. Goozle did have a single today.
Off the plate.
Oh, beg pardon, he had a walk. He walked today. I beg your pardon. He had a walk
Nope, that's inside.
twice. So he's not had a hit. He hit into a double play. And that's going to be right into the glove of Tiddly Benetti. Throw to Goodbar, and that will do it. So Cosmo Sandwalker will come to the mound here in the top of the 9th. Sandwalker coming in for Duncans as well as 2 pitch.
Nope, that's outside. Be right.
Sandwalker was a 1-1 pitcher. He had an ERA of 6.40. He played for the National Fire, was a strong relief pitcher. 1-1 record, 6.40 ERA, and he gets
Nope. Nope.
Willie Pregner to pop up for out number 1.
Be right.
2 more outs needed for Sandwalker at the moment to give the Dashers a chance to try to take it in the bottom of the 9th. And he will get it to ground out. He likes to ground out to Trevor Knockmoth. Throw to Moskowitz is in time. And the final out of this inning could be Dizzy Praline if they get it.
Off the plate.
Praline,
Steve right.
pick up from the Norfolk Coal Hoppers.
Go.
He will strike out for a 1-2-3 innings. So Sandwalker gets a second strikeout of the season in the Continental League. He had 5 in his 7 games that he played. But coming to the plate is Trant Sovin as the catcher for Dizzy Praline.
Steer right.
And it looks like Tiddly Benetti will continue to pitch.
Follow.
So Benetti with a 2-1 lead. But he gets the first out right to Dill Hoffel. Gets Whiny Jagoff to hit it right to Dill Hoffel. Throw in time to Goodbar. And the Haberdashers have 2 more outs to get. No, it will be Gravy Train. So the lights out closing pitcher will get Trevor Knockmore to pop it up. Because Dill Hoffel for out number 2. And the final out, trying to avoid it, it is Doug Lumps' first at-bat today. He's got an average of 259 this season. He's only played 27 games. Gonna pop it up. Is that gonna be stay in foul territory? It's gonna go foul. So 1 and 2 still alive is Doug Lumps.
Nope, that's high.
Lets that one go for ball 2. Hits that one. It's gonna drop right before Hope Wilson. So the tying run is on first. And Doug Lumps gets a hit. Here is Boob Jenner.
Be right.
Jenner is 0 for 3 today. Has an average of 303.
Nope, high.
11 home runs. 30 runs batted in. Would love him to get 31 at the moment.
Steve right.
Home run will get the win for the Dashers in quite the time.
Gregory.
But he is going to strike out looking. And Gravy Train gets the save. And it falls short for the New York Haberdashers. Well, that will do it for the game. The final score of this one, the Philadelphia Brown Trousers, 2 runs off 2 hits. The New York Haberdashers, 1 run off 4 hits. And it was pitching that was spelling the day. Outstanding pitching from both sides. Unfortunately, the New York Haberdashers did not make the hits come. The hits did not come, and they did not keep coming. As that will drop New York to 33 and 33. As it moves Philadelphia to 35 and 31. New York are 5 games out of first place. Philadelphia dropped to 3 games out of first place, and Philadelphia are in 3rd place overall, with New York tying Pittsburgh with 4th place at 500. The winning pitcher of this one is Tiddly Benetti, getting the win. That actually moves his record 2-2-2. Doesn't usually get a decision. Gravy Train getting the save. That is save number 11 for Gravy Train. And Franco Yellington gets the loss for giving up that home run which was the ultimate game winner. So 0-1 for the season for Frankel Yellington. And we thank our, again, look at the starters. Again, no decisions for the starting pitchers, but Jeffrey Rims going 6 innings strong, 5 strikeouts, allowing 1 run and 3 hits. Beef Nuggets 5 2/3 innings, 7 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed. It is a shame there was no decision, and a shame even further that they couldn't get the decision to his favor. But it is in fact the finest standards of the day, brought to you by the good people of the Honeybee Tobacco Company, bringing you fresh hand-rolled cigarettes grown in the fabled tobacco roads of the Carolinas. Anytime is a good time for a Honeybee cigarette. The third finest dandy is Jeffrey Rims. The second finest dandy is Beef Nuggets. Not going to reread the stats, I just read it to you from the pitching line. But the finest dandy of the day, getting you fresh, a complimentary carton of cigarettes, is from the Philadelphia Brown Trousers. Bully to him for that. It is Pickles Dillhoffel going 1 for 2 with the game-winning home run. That scored the RBI and the home run of that game to give the Brown Trousers the win. He is your finest dandy of the day, brought to you by the Honeywheat Tobacco Company, who humbly request you smoke wheat every day. Well, that will do it for our broadcast today. The New York Haberdashers hit the road today, just up the road to Schenectady, not a far trip at all. They take on Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, Rasmus Auctions on the mound, to face, I believe it will be, who is playing for them? I believe it will be Onsen Sweeney on the mound for Amalgamated Baseball Holding, an in-state rivalry, as New York take on the league-leading Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. So perhaps playing a little bit of spoiler by taking some games. Meanwhile, for the Philadelphia Brown Trousers, they go back home to Philadelphia, and they welcome the Chicago Teetotalers for a 3-game series. That series starts tomorrow as well. Raleigh Mollings on the mound for them, taking on Malort Jepson of the Teetotalers. But again, the Brown Trousers improved to 35-31, 3 games out of first place. And that will do it for the season between these two teams. As I believe I can tell you that the two teams have in fact gone. Goodness me, how would I in fact say that? I believe it would be. I believe it is, yes, the Brown Trousers and the Haberdashers. Well, I believe Philadelphia has won that series by 7-5 games. They did get the win on that one, so they have 7 wins from 12 games against the Haberdashers this season. Seem to have had the number, but that's what you expect when they are currently ahead of them in the standings. But that is it for us. We will, you can of course hear us back here for the next New York Haberdashers home broadcast. Will be when the Chicago Teetotal is back in town. After the series against ABH on the 15th. And until then, my name is Scooch Closer. We thank you for joining us. And as always, I bid you a good evening. Hats off to you, and hats off to the Dashers.